What's going on, y'all? I wanted to make this video now that a good amount of people have finished the Crocotopia storyline, and I wanted to talk about what my predictions are for the next world. If any of you are like me, you immediately wanted to know what's next, and I really enjoy the theory videos, so I thought I'd drop one. So just so everybody's working on the same page, I'm going to drop a video clip in here. Shout out to Curtis Jenkins for the video clip. Go check him out on YouTube. I took this video from my gameplay of his where he finished the Crocotopia storyline. So here goes the video clip.
Well, that was a lovely trip. Clockworks, draconians, sand. I'll be brushing out my fur for a week. On top of all that, we come back empty-handed.
We didn't take any plunder, no. But we gained something more powerful. Information.
What do you mean? Aye, we saw the necromancer woman and learned her name, but that's it. We've still no clue what she's up to, where to find her, or what she's done to the captain's parents.
Aye, but we do know what she wants. She's headed to El Dorado. Once again, we find ourselves in a race.
And how are we to win this race?
I have an idea.
As you see in that video, Bonnie Ann says that she has a clue or some type of hint towards what's next for, for where we're going for this race. So I have 3 theories about, and you heard the sound play at the end after she talked. So I have 3 theories for where we might be going. The first theory is been around in the Pirate101 community for a while, and it's Albion. This is my first theory. I think it is the least likely of all these 3. So Albion from the Pirate101 wiki is one of 2 skyways found in Marleybone, home to Marleybone's poor cats, foxes, frogs, and even a few of the more scruffy dogs. It's a massive den of scum and villainy, and it is here that the radicals plot their attacks against Marleybone's current government. We haven't found this anywhere in, it's not in the game yet. It's been talked about. We've seen the radicals and we've fought them, talked to them, but it's not in the game yet. So it's usually known as the land of the foxes, is Albion. It's based off Ireland and Scotland in real life, and that's why Bonnie Ann's got her accent. But the reason that I think this could be the next one is because Bonnie Ann specifically says she knows where we could go. But again, I think this is the least likely of all of them because there's just much more convincing evidence for the other 2. But I thought I would throw that out there just in case. So the second one, and I think this is pretty decent evidence for it. And these next 2 are kind of close together. I think one might have a little more likelihood than the other, but I'm not sure. So the second one is Raja. Raja from the Pirate101 wiki is a parody of India during British rule. It is home to the fierce Kurgas, Tiger Auxiliaries, part of the Marleybonian army. It was colonized by the dogs of Marleybone. Raja has not yet been visited in-game, but is mentioned in the storyline. If you remember when you play through Marleybone, you go to this land over here. It's called, what is it? Isle of Fetch. And when you go there, they've turned against the dogs. And when you go through, they, interestingly enough, say that the food was too good, and that's why they're upset. Also, interestingly, that is based off a real story from World War II of the auxiliaries that did serve under the British rule. I thought that was interesting when I learned about it, so thought I'd throw that in there if you want to do more research. I don't know exactly how accurate it is to the game, but I know that it is based off something. But the reason this is, if you hear the sound that plays in the background after Bonnie Ann talks about the clue, it does have that kind of I don't know what, like, it's a type of guitar, but I don't know which one it is. But it definitely does have that type of feel of like Raja, or like what we would think Raja would sound like, kind of like a Southeast Asian type guitar. And because Bonnie Ann specifically said it, she's also from Marleybone, so she would know about Raja, being that they tigers are in Marleybone. So that gives me evidence that that could be where it points to next. So that's the second theory. But the third one, and the most likely one in my opinion, is Mirage. I think most likely the next world we will go to is Mirage. So from the Wizard 101 Central, Mirage is a, hold up, let me get it. This does not look as good as it does on the phone. Hold on. So let me read it. Step into Mirage, a world of shifting sands and shifting alliances, where ancient treasures and ancient dangers were buried in the... It's cut off on the phone, but I think it says, in the hopes that they might never see the light, never again see the light of day. There you go. So step into Mirage, world of shifting sands and alliances, where ancient treasures and ancient dangers were buried in the hopes that they might never again see the light of day. So I think this is the most likely of the next worlds for Pirate 101. We've been from Tartarus. We went to talk to Hades, the god of death. We then went to try to find Anubis, and Oksana, who I forgot her name in the last video, but I just watched the playthrough of it. Oksana, or Aksasha, I think it's Oksana. I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced, but the necromancer we're fighting, she is a necromancer, and she was communing with powers and gods of death, or something along those lines, in El Dorado, or wherever she was headed. So the ancient dangers specifically mentioned in Mirage, and I haven't played through Mirage and Wizard 101. I haven't got that far. But I know it is a desert world. It is kind of like... it's literally called Agrabah, one of the places, which is also like, if you watch Aladdin, that's also Agrabah. And that's like a... don't quote me on this. I think that's based off like Middle Eastern type culture. So then I think Mirage, that also the sound cue at the end after Bonnie Ann talks, it also gives me heavy Mirage, and that was my first thought when I heard it, was Mirage. So I think that one's very likely, just because the kind of path we've taken towards looking at the ancient, like Anubis, Hades, and I think we go to Mirage next to look for whatever. And then I don't really know how Bonnie Ann would know about that specifically, but who knows. But yeah, so Albion, Mirage, and Raja are my three predictions. I don't know which one exactly. I think Mirage is the most likely. The Raja might be, and then I think Albion's a good guess, but I don't think it's that likely. I think it's definitely Raja and Mirage, though. I'd be very shocked if it wasn't those two. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below what you think the next world for Pirate 101 would be, and let me know if you think that any of my guesses could be correct, and if there's any more evidence that I missed. And let me know if you think of something totally different and I'm totally off. But yeah, I love y'all. God bless you, and have a great one. Peace.